Hello, I'm Joey of Mars 1. Joey Mars 1. Yay! I'm gonna crack the eternity of the universe. Solve the problem. Does it exist forever or does it not exist forever? First step to do this, um, using what I found out, interpolarized reasoning works. You First step is to question: does it exist in front of me? True or false? Well, yes, I see it's existing in front of me, so therefore its existence in front of me is true. That means it's not in front of me. What does that mean? It means is it not existing in front of me? No, it's false. Then step two is false. It's not existing in front of me. It's false. So it's not existing forever is false as well. How can it be not existing forever to be true when it's existing in front of me is true? So it's not existing forever. Step two is untrue, false. That takes us to step three. Existing forever is true likewise. If it's not existing forever, it's untrue, then existing forever is true, right? Now I'll go over that one more time. First step, verify its existence is in front of you or not. So its existence is true in front of me. That means its not existence forever is untrue, which would be false. Saying the same thing as its existence forever is true. So there's your answer. The universe has been here existing forever is true. And likewise, the question of its non-existence forever is untrue or false. So that means the universe was never missing forever, because it's here in front of us. That proves that. Now, if I did it the other way around and say the universe was not there in front of me, then its existence would be false. And that means its not existence forever will be true. And likewise, its existence forever now, step three would be false. If that was the case, if the universe is not existing in front of me today is true. Here's your three-step process of sorting out the polarities. True, false polarities, where they belong on the existing forever polarity versus not existing polarity. So that works. Now, what about my existence? Do I exist forever? Well, am I existing in front of me? Can I verify my existence to be true? Yes. I am existing, therefore my existence is true. That means my non-existence forever is false. So if my non-existence forever is false, then my existence forever is therefore true. So I exist forever is the answer as well as true. Huh? Yeah. And by the way, forever means past and future. It doesn't mean from here in the future only. It means past and future. The whole thing, not half of it. Forever means forever, past and future. There's your answer to the question of it. Now, step three on my existence is true. That means I have an afterlife that's true. Okay, if afterlife is true, it must be provable or accessible. That's a fundamental law of science I've discovered. Anything that's true, it has a reality. Therefore, it must be provable or accessible. Lies have no reality. Therefore, they're not accessible. Truth are. So principle of eternity says we have an afterlife. Therefore, afterlife is true. We have one. So then where's this afterlife that's supposed to be true and real? My guess is dreaming is the candidate. They certainly look alike. Now, how can I prove that they're the same thing? Simply. If they have the same polarities, and the same arrow directions, they merge together. So dreaming is true, and we prove that ourselves. Afterlife is true, according to principle of eternity, is certainty, brought to you by the polarized reasoning. So afterlife is true, and dreaming is true. True plus true, 2 equals true. True plus true equals true. That's what I'm trying to say. You got a true for afterlife and true for dreaming. Therefore, true plus true equals true. They're the same thing. The realities merge together, combined. Magnets will prove that things combine when they have the same arrow directions or flow. Both dreaming and afterlife are pointing to truth. That's their flow direction. So two magnets, when you hold them together, sometimes they click together as one magnet, and sometimes push off each other, right? When you have one magnet turning one way, they push off each other. Why? Because magnetic field flux flow in one direction. So you have two magnets, and if they're flowing both directions, they merge together. Their arrows in the same direction, they combine as one magnet. When you turn one of the two around the other way, the opposite arrows, they don't combine together. They're two separate things. They push off each other. They're running away from each other by arrow direction. So when the arrow directions are the same, they're not running away. They're parallel to each other, on top of each other. That's why magnets pull together as one magnet, not two magnets. You see, it's all about arrow directions, isn't it? That's right. So, if dreaming is true, arrow directions are true, and afterlife is true, and they're the same agreement with each other. Therefore, they merge together. It's the same phenomenon. So, dreaming is afterlife. Afterlife is dreaming, for sure. Next time you dream at night, sleep and dream, I'm not talking about daydreaming, I'm talking about nighttime dreaming. When you sleep and dream at night, that is your experience, your afterlife. So we always are in afterlife form. And there it is when you're dreaming. So your consciousness, that's your consciousness. Everlasting consciousness. It's always awake. And when your brain sleeps, and your mass goes the other way, and then you're left with your consciousness there. Yeah. So when mass is awake, it pours on Big Bang history affair, laws of physics, onto your consciousness. It takes dominance over your consciousness. And you're not subjugated to the laws of physics. When it brings out of the way, laws of physics out of the way, then you're left with your consciousness. That's your afterlife, dreaming. So dreaming, all that is, when your brain goes sleeps and fades into sleep or wakes up, it's the laws of physics with the brain fades out. Then suddenly you're dreaming, in that language, dreaming. And then when you awake, the laws of physics wakes up too. Then you're back in Big Bang history time involvement. That's how it works. So consciousness, I also had to crack what that one is. I think I cracked it too. Consciousness, to me, is a gray result between mass and space. I noticed this universe only has rock and space, two components, but then there's a third component, consciousness. So three components means one of them is a gray. That's what I thought. So just like black and white is two, black and white is two, and it makes gray, third point of view. So consciousness is the third point of view of rock and space, because space and rock are argument just like black and white are. Black is trying to be infinite black, white trying to be infinite white. Therefore, it makes gray. So neither one becomes infinite because they're both cancel each other out to find a conclusion to gray. So if consciousness is the result of black and white argument, mass and space arguments. Yeah, space is zero, non-existent, and mass is opposite that is existence. Yeah, and non-zero. You say one, you can give it a one over zero. So that's why it's going to make an argument or a contrast. That contrast is gray, a consciousness. And that's what's supporting our everlasting consciousness, mass and space affair. So mass is always here, space is always here, consciousness is going to always be here. If either one of them disappear, like mass disappears, then our consciousness will disappear because there'd be no gray. Or if space disappears, mass stays, there'll still be no gray. If they both disappear, there would be no gray. Because there's two, we have a gray consciousness. So, there you go. Principle of eternity is certain. He says, We exist forever, we have an afterlife, and that is dreaming is what it is. And the universe is everlasting forever as well. So it does not need a creation universe or a creator. So that debunks religion. It's a bunch of crock, for sure. And yeah, because it's been here forever. It doesn't need a creator. The reason why it does not need an explanation of a creation, because you're talking about the infinite properties of the universe. The universe foreverness, you're talking about foreverness, has no programs or description, does not need any mathematics, does not work with infinities, and therefore it needs no description or explanation of of a beginning. Only finite properties of time needs explanation of beginnings or endings, not infinity properties. Infinite properties need no explanation of ending or a beginning. That's the afterlife, right? No explanation is necessary. There's no laws of physics in the afterlife infinity properties. So it does not need any explanations of a beginning or sort. That's how the universe exists forever without explanation of a beginning. That's it. End of video.